finally got by Benedictine, 69-62.
Yeah, the Ravens definitely put up a big fight in that game. Fell a little bit short.
4 games left in our round of 16 to determine the 8 quarterfinal spots. After this one, fourth quarterfinal spot will be grabbed at the conclusion of this one. Asia Edwards, another bucket inside.
Nick, you were right. Every time Kishaun Williams gets the ball, Edwards does not come out. She's going to have that open shot all day.
Yeah, she is sagging 10 feet off of her.
But Williams only shot 1 3-pointer in the regular season, so probably not one of her things that she likes to do.
Yeah, that's a scouting report there, knowing that Edwards could guard her and give her some space.
And a little bit of a rest.
Teeters another lob inside for Edwards. That time she was triple teamed. Couldn't get the shot up cleanly. Good challenge defensively by Southern. Dillon drove into traffic, threw it out to Broom, but it was stolen away. Faupel stepped in front of the pass. Faupel gave it up, then got it back. She'll take the shot, and she draws the foul. To the line will go Natalie Faupel. Montana State shooting 54% from the floor. Southern New Orleans has taken 13 more shots and has hit just 1 less than Montana State, despite shooting 16 points worse, 38% from the floor. Now 11 of 16 from the line is Montana State. Southern at 7 of 10. Rebounding battle still decisively in favor of Montana State, 35-17. Turnovers have been about even in the second half, 6-4. Montana State with a couple of more turnovers, but after turning it over just once in the entire first half, Southern has turned it over 4 times here in the second. Miss from Kishaun Williams, and then a foul on the rebound. We'll give it over to Montana State. Edwards with 24 points and 20 rebounds. She got to that 20-20 mark with 10 minutes left in the game. 30-30's on the table.
I think it's possible. I think she's on the way and the right track for that.
Might need one of those situations where she misses a couple of putbacks, gets her own rebound, 3 rebounds in 1 trip. Didn't need 3 rebounds that trip. She got it. She's going to get 30 points almost for sure. 26 now on the game for Edwards. She's only got 2 fouls, so no foul trouble. And a timeout taken by Montana State, a full timeout, as Edwards looked to be a little bit tweaked something there. She came out of there limping. Williams continues to work inside. The 2 5 spots have been awfully impressive here in this game so far. Williams with 19 points on 9 of 21 shooting. 26 for Asia Edwards on 12 of 18 from the field. She's also got 20 of her team's 36 rebounds.
Williams averaging double than what she's used to. This season only averaged 9 points a game, already with 19, like you said.
Get this, Edwards, 20 rebounds. Southern New Orleans, 19 rebounds. She has out-rebounded her opponent.
I bet that's not something that, it's very rare for her. I bet that happened quite a few times this season.
It's possible. 54-45, Montana State on top. Just over 9 minutes to play in this one. .47 the time left in the game. 19 for Kishaun Williams. Brandy Broom with 16 for Southern. She's also got 3 rebounds and has picked up 4 fouls. Broom is not on the floor right now. Trying to buy a few minutes before putting her back in. Three-pointer wouldn't go. Feldman gets the rebound. Feldman now with 6 rebounds, second most on the team, but second by a long ways to Edwards' 20. Can't lob it into her this time. Being fronted by Marquita Stokes.
It's definitely a good game plan because it's a lot harder of a pass to make if they're in front of.
Jump shot no good for Krejcik. Williams on the drive, draws the foul, and she will go to the line for a 3-point play. They got Asia Edwards for the foul, her third. Southern trailing by 7. Williams couldn't get the free throw. She's got 21 points for the game now, 1 of 3 though at the free throw line. Three-pointer on the way, that is good. J.C. Thompson.
I haven't seen that too much, using Edwards kind of as a pick and roll, or kind of a pick, to kind of get her teammate open. Not something that we've seen too much this game.
This is the second three-point make for Montana State Northern today. Southern has not hit a three-pointer. Jessica Savannah with the bucket. 4 points for her on the day. Feldman gives it up to Fappel. Wouldn't go. Asia Edwards smartly not trying to reach over the back to get that rebound. She would have fouled. Savannah going to step back for a three-pointer. That's off the mark, no good. Lob it for Edwards. One bounce. She goes up strong with it. She'll have to earn them at the free throw line. Asia Edwards at the line. 2 for 3, yeah. 2 for 4 at the foul stripe. Seven and a half minutes to play. Missed them both. Rebound taken by Stokes. By the way, it was Stokes that took that tumble. We were unsure if she was going to be able to come back in, and it's good to see her out there. Quita Stokes, I believe she's been back out there for a while, so.
It's a good sign for the Lady Knights.
They needed her. Had a lot of depth for this Southern University of New Orleans team. Dribble picked up by Thompson. Now Krejcik. Dribbles around to the left block. Shot put up, no good. Asia Edwards, the offensive rebound. She puts it back and she's fouled.
She's putting on a clinic in the paint.
Just a couple of offensive rebounds for Edwards among her 20. Now 21 boards. Had just 1 offensive rebound in the first half. And that's foul went against Brandy Broom, who they had back in there despite playing with 4 fouls. And now the top player for Southern University of New Orleans is out of the game with 5 personal fouls. A 3-point play for Asia Edwards. Edwards now with 29. (13 of 19 from the floor for Asia Edwards. Step back jumper. Wouldn't crawl through for Raven Miller. So I'll have to play the rest of the game without their best player, Brandy Broom. 16 points, 3 rebounds today. 3 assists as well, but 5 fouls.
Kishaun Williams is going to need to step up like she did in the first half.
Good pick and roll, but Feldman couldn't hit the bucket. Kishaun Williams spins, scores it right around Edwards. Foul going to be called on the inbounds. Shante Dillon. A little bit of a bump there. We said early on that Southern was going to have to slow down their foul rate or they were going to lose some key players. Baseball pass down the floor right on the mark to Krajcek. And she finds Feldman, who also hustled down the floor. Krajcek drew all the defensive attention. Feldman with as easy a basket as she's had in her career. Three-pointer is an air ball.
Nice passing, great court awareness. You know, Nick, I keep looking at Southern New Orleans roster and how they have all seniors except one being a junior. It's going to be kind of interesting to see Coach King's kind of recruiting process at the end of the year, see if he has any freshmen or underclassmen that are going to be able to kind of step up, that are going to be transfers or that he's looking at to scout.
Yeah, a lot of times in the NAI we see teams that have a lot of turnover from year to year. Suspect maybe some junior college transfers will be, or actually not junior college, but transfers in general, a lot of times from Division I schools coming down to the NAI so they don't have to sit out a year. Krajcek now with 6 assists on the game. Found Feldman underneath that basket. She's got 6 points and 6 rebounds, Megan Feldman. Edwards was open, but a double team on the outside, and a foul going to be called on Shante Dillon. That's going to be her third. 17 fouls, so to the line will go Natalie Fappel, sophomore out of Butte, Montana, 5'10" guard. Front end of the 1-on-1 is good for Natalie Fappel.
72% shooter on the year from the free throw line.
Averaged over 3 assists per game. 13-point lead after Fappel's free throws. And they hold Natalia Merkulova to 1 shot. Long jumper just inside the 3-point arc for Krajcek. Wouldn't go. Under 5 minutes to go. Southern needs a rally. Fortunate that a foul gets called there as Stokes was coming across the lane and got grabbed as she tried to catch that pass by Krajcek, her third personal foul. Little bump there from Krajcek. Fortunate she didn't get called for a foul there, but Stokes lost the handle on it, went out of bounds, and it's a turnover.
Sixth turnover for the Lady Knights on the day.
Chris Moat in his 10th season. They made 12 appearances overall at Montana State Northern in the NAI tournament. It's deflected out. It will stay with Montana State Northern. Last year lost to the eventual champions. Gave Oklahoma City a run for their money. Lost 58-55. Nice lob in for Edwards, and the layup drops through.
Edwards with 31.
23 rebounds. And the lead is 15. I believe this is the biggest lead of the game for Montana State Northern. The Broom on the bench. It's been a little bit hard for Southern New Orleans to have that second option step up and be the primary option.
Yeah, Williams has kind of been quiet these last few minutes in the second half. First half dominated. Ended the half with 15.
Drawing a little more defensive attention with Broom out of the game. Lob for Edwards. Layup is good. That is too easy. Just nothing you can do if you're Southern.
Seems like Southern's tried many different kind of tactics around that, but none of which are working.
Stokes missed the shot. Edwards did not leave her feet to get her 24th rebound. Still playing hard, went to the deck to save that one. Lob for Feldman. Feldman is fouled. It's going to go against Merkulova.
Feldman's 2 for 6 on the day.
17-point lead. Make it 18. Montana State Northern never made a Fab Four. They'll play for one on Saturday. But they'll have to face, maybe for the second consecutive year, a team that could be an eventual champion. Freed Hardman, the number one team in the country. They have not lost on the floor this year. Had an early season forfeit, their first game of the year, used an ineligible player accidentally, and literally a clerical error that cost them a 27-point win. Otherwise, Freed Hardman has not been beaten. That's going to be Montana State's opponent coming up in the quarterfinals of the NAIA tournament. Timeout taken by Coach Chris Moat in his 10th season. Just his third trip to the NAIA tournament. His first year they got to the second round. Last year they got to the second round. This will be just, as I look here, glancing, I think this is just going to be their third ever, or their second ever trip to the quarterfinal round.
Looks like that, like in 1999.
Got there before losing to Southern Nazarene of Oklahoma. Now 9-11 overall. They'll be 10-11 with this win here today. And if they get to the Fab Four, they'll even that overall all-time record at 11-11, an even 500 record for Southern University. Just their third trip ever to the finals, and this was their first win this year. Had 2 first-round exits previously. If they could have gotten there, this would be their second ever meeting with Freed Hardman in the NAIA tournament, but it looks like they're going to come up short. But another trip to the NAIA tournament for Southern University at New Orleans, and got the first-round upset to continue their season, but down by 18 with the minutes winding down. It's going to be Montana State Northern, the Skylights out of the Frontier League. They're going to advance. An at-large bid, the at-large number 4 team, as they are the 10th ranked team in the final NAIA Division I women's basketball top 25 poll.
Feldman, who just shot up a 3, didn't shoot one in the regular season. It's kind of a rare sight to see her out there.
Down to 2 minutes to play. Edwards still out there. Might not play all 40 minutes because she's probably not going to play the final minute or so, depending on when he gets her out of there. What a game for Asia Edwards. There's another offensive rebound off the Feldman miss and a putback. Asia Edwards, 27 rebounds and 35 points. Can't have been a lot of 35-25 games in this tournament. We'll try and check that between games. Five new players going to check in for Southern University, or for Montana State rather, Montana State Northern. So Edwards going to finish her night. With 35 points and 28 boards. 16 of 22 shooting for Asia Edwards. This is actually the most rebounds in NAI Women's Division I basketball tournament history. 28 boards. That's never been done before. Previous record was 24. Annette Wiles had done it a couple of times. Got to 24 and then 23. She had the top two marks out of Fort Hays State, which is now in the NCAA. Not close on the most points in a tournament game. 62 the record there, but Annette Wiles, most rebounds in a tournament. That record may be under attack. Edwards in the opening round had 25 points and 16 rebounds. So 60 points total for her in 2 games and a total of 44 rebounds. Wow. Most rebounds for a tournament was 79, so Wiles apparently Fort Hays State made a deep run that year.
Number 21, Marquita Stokes.
Stokes with a bucket. Final seconds winding down here. It's going to be Montana State Northern pulling away. Really, after Broom went to the bench with her 5th foul with about 7 minutes to go, Montana State Northern has been able to steadily pull away. Sydney Ozin couldn't get the bucket there and had it stolen away from her. Final seconds winding down, 73-54. Going to be one more inbound play for Southern University of New Orleans. Kishaun Williams airballs her final attempt of the day. And it will be Montana State Northern advancing to the quarterfinals. They'll play Freed Hardman on Saturday, tomorrow afternoon. That game will be at 4 p.m. tomorrow. It'll be Great Falls, also out of the Frontier League, taking on Oklahoma City University, the defending champs, at 2. And then our second quarterfinal is set. Freed Hardman will take on Montana State Northern as they win it today, going away against Southern University of New Orleans. 73-54, your final score. Montana State Northern with a 19-point win. Asia Edwards, a Division I tournament record, 28 rebounds to go along with 35 points. Just a tremendous effort for her today. 16 points for Foppel as well. They got 7 from Megan Feldman. 24 points for Kishaun Williams and 16 for Brandy Broom in the losing effort for the Southern University of New Orleans Lady Knights. Let's go to Rashawn Ward on the sidelines.
We're joined here with player Asia Edwards. Asia, I saw you throughout the game kind of look over to your coach and kind of give the universal thing and just kind of get me out of the game. You kind of needed a rest. What was going through your mind throughout those times?
Can I have a sub, please? Because I'm not used to playing the whole time, so I just really needed like at least a minute or a timeout or something. I just needed something. So.
You ended the game with 35 points and 27 boards. Definitely a big-time player in this game. Well, yeah. Isn't that very impressive?
Thanks. I didn't expect to have that, actually. I don't really count during the game, so that's surprising to me, actually.
All right, well, congratulations on the win here today, and good luck in the future of the tournament.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks. Back to you, Nick.
She'll be really surprised to find out she set a tournament record, 28 boards officially. Ward missed the last one as the stats refreshed before he went over to a visit with Asia Edwards. 35 points, 28 rebounds. That's as good a game as has ever been played in this tournament. Tremendous efforts for Asia Edwards. So not only setting a Division I tournament record with 28 rebounds, but also adding 35 points in the game. Just a great game by Asia Edwards as Montana State Northern finishes shooting 50% for the game and hit just 2 of 9 3-pointers, but they didn't need him because Edwards was so dominant on the inside. They out-rebound Southern University 54-27, the final numbers. So that's your final score, 73-54. Montana State Northern moves on. They'll play Freed-Hardman tomorrow. Ward and I've got one more game, and that will be a quarterfinal from another bracket, as it will be Oklahoma Baptist out of the Sooner Athletic Conference, the number 2 seed taking on the number 3 seed, Our Lady of the Lake from Texas. That'll be a good matchup. We hope you'll stay with us for it. For now, Montana State Northern advancing with a 73-54 win as Southern finishes 22-5 on the season. Great season for Elston King. Montana State Northern season continues at now 29-5, and they'll face Freed-Hardman tomorrow. For Ward Rashawn, Nick McCabe saying so long for our entire crew from Independence, but we hope you'll stay with us. Oklahoma Baptist and Our Lady of the Lake from Texas up next on the NAINetwork.com.